Hello, how are you? Hey, alright, hey. Well, finished work at 2. Here I am at the Rocket Centre at 2:45 already. You know. Yes, and they've been very good. I'll come here again. Young lad who I saw yesterday says he's spoken to the lads who had the battery overnight, charging it up, testing it. He said he can't find anything wrong, but it's a gesture of goodwill. There's a new battery coming on Monday, round about lunchtime. So because I'm on the afternoon shift, I'll call in here way to work. So, see how it goes from there. And he said, where is it kept? I said, it's in the backyard under a lean-to shelter. But it does get cold. I said, well, it should be on a trickle charge and Optimate. I said, yeah, you sell them, don't you, about 40 quid. And I mentioned what they have at Maplins, solar panel about 18 inch by a foot, bangs out 10 watts trickle charge. And he said, oh yeah, and I said, that's about the same price as an Optimate, maybe a little bit more expensive, 45 to 50 quid. He said, yeah, you need something. I said, yeah, well, that's it, a solar panel will save the messing around of running mains power into the backyard, which I don't want to do. There is ways of doing it. I mean, I thought before of getting an older hose pipe, or even cutting the length off my current hose pipe, sticking it through a hole in the wall, and then plastering around it, or drill a big hole, you know, and then feed the mains cable through. You don't want an exposed mains cable in the backyard, ideally. You never know, do you? If it's going to break, is it going to blow the bloody fuse? So I thought, yeah, I could cement in a hose pipe, run it around the backyard wall into where my lean-to is, put it behind the rose bushes, run a mains cable through and get an Optimate 40 quid. But like I said, the solar panel, I think I'll have a look. I should go now actually. I've got a bit of money on me, but 50 quid, 40 quid. Although pissing around with taxis, look how much I spent on taxis this year. You know, instead of just not spending, you have to weigh things up. Well, if my battery's nice and healthy, I wanted to fork out for taxis like yesterday, £8 each way, or £9 if I give a pound tip. You know, as it's Friday and rush hour, it'll be a school run, won't it, this time? I'll go to Maplins tomorrow and ask, or have a look on the website, solar panel. I do have a small one on the lean-to roof already, but it's crap. It's only about 4 or 5 watts, I think, and it doesn't really charge anything up. Because I've got a car battery in the backyard, which that power inverter runs off when I switch my lights on in the lean-to. They're powered by a power inverter that draws 12 volts from a car battery and bangs it up to mains power. You know, they're just low powered bulbs, 4 of them in the backyard. Anyway, we'll see what I'll put this new battery on first, I think. I think weather forecast for next week, bloody freezing and snowstorms for the middle of March. That's charming, isn't it? I'll be back to taxis on Monday anyway. Well, tomorrow's my birthday. Should I go out tonight and have a few beers? Saturday night is band night at my local. The chief has a band on. I could stop in and drink that beer I got left from Christmas. Yes, this time last year I was in swinging London. Friday, what was I doing? It was my actual birthday on Friday. Yeah, it was a Tower of London, I think, last year. Nice and sunny, and I was in a shirt with just a thick t-shirt underneath, shirt sleeves, lovely and warm in London. And had a bus tour, which cost £30 for 2 days, of all the sites. Got off at the Tower of London. I just shuffled around there with a B-feature guide. If you wait on the hour, you get a proper B-feature led guide of the tower. and I'd never actually been in before. I paid the bloody money years ago when I used to go to London for the Beatles do 4 times a year sometimes. And I went in and there was a queue a mile long to get into the Tower of London up these wooden stairs. I thought, oh, I'll leave that till last. I'll go and see the Crown Jewels, do a walk around the perimeter walls and all the different towers. You know, the bloody tower. And I noticed the queue had gone down. Where are you going, mate? It's Beefeater. I said, I'm going to have a look in the actual tower. No, we're closing. Close, mate. I said, I've not been in yet. I think you should have gone in. You should have joined the queue. That's what queues are for. Bloody hell. No, it's closing now, mate. So I never actually got in to see it, but last year I did. It was very interesting. Armoury, old muskets, old flintlock pistols, King Henry VIII's army. You know, just what I like. So yeah, I had a wonderful time in swinging London. I was looking for the video yesterday. I've deleted it, haven't I? I don't know why I did that. Well, it wasn't very interesting because I was just doing a video with my stills camera in video mode, so it was a little bit fuzzy. And the microphone gave the impression I had no teeth in. So I just deleted it. It was basically me in pubs talking pissed. And a few stills from the Ace Cafe on the Saturday. I went to the Ace Cafe in Stonebridge, of course, on the tube. Took about half an hour. And I had sausage and mash and gravy and mushy peas. The mushy peas were stone cold. Yeah, it was a good 4 days, very enjoyable, even though I was on my own. But like I said, it did cost a lot of money. I spent 700 quid in 4 days. Well, I set off Thursday, went on a slight pub crawl. I've told you all this before, and it's worth repeating again what I spent my money on. The musical £47, bus tour 30, almost 30 for the Tower of London. Pubs were charging nearly £5 a pint and double whiskies were £8. Went on 2 of the London walks, that were £10 a time. Bought a Beatles picture for the hotel, because the hotel is where the Beatles stayed in 1963. I was telling the receptionist when I checked in, oh yes, we have a fuzzy little picture. I said, you can get a poster, why not get that poster, a 3D poster of the Beatles outside the hotel in a line, wearing the shirts and ties, and put it in reception. Right, I said, I'll get you one, because I'd had a few beers, you see, I was being a bit generous, plus she was very attractive. Anyway, so I went to the shop that sells Beatles goodies on Baker Street in London, and they were 20 quid. I discovered the day after at another rival little shop it was only 10 quid, so I was ripped off. And I got a bloody taxi there from Lincoln's Inn Fields, where this pub is I go to, 1602, an old pub called the 7 Stars. And I thought, how far am I from the tube? I thought, half a mile away, I'll get a taxi. So I waved a black cab down. Where will I go, mate? I said, Baker Street, please. Excuse me. I think he knew I was a little bit pissed. I had about 5 or 6 pints and 2 double whiskies by then. This was about 5 o'clock, and I'd only arrived at 2 o'clock. Well, 1:30ish I arrived in London. Yeah, so from Curry Street, Lincoln's Inn Fields, I ended up going past the Palace, and I asked one of the fellow vloggers from London I said, no, you took you on a bloody joyride, I think. You're not going anywhere near the palace to get to Baker Street from Lincoln's Inn Fields. And when we got there at this Beatles shop, £23, so I gave him 25 and said keep the change because he expects 10% tip. Oh, I thought you cheeky bagger. Anyway, when I got back to the hotel about 6 o'clock, I said, I've got you that picture. Oop. Hiccup. What? It was a different girl on reception. I said, I spoke to a girl when I checked in. Oh yeah, she finished. I said, oh well, I bought this picture for you to hang in reception. 2 feet by 18 inch. Well, I will have to contact head office. I cannot do this on my own, I have to be authorized. And when I was leaving on the Sunday afternoon, they still hadn't put it up. And I emailed them later. I said, did you put that picture up? And they just ignored me. So I was slightly disillusioned, although, like I said, they didn't ask me to buy it, did they? I just being polite. I thought to get Beatle tourists in. Lots of Beatle fans visit London because of the connections. Oh yeah, no, I'm going to say the hotel, that was £80 a night, well £79 a night. What's that, 140 quid almost, and the train was £25. Bargain return. No reserved seat, but there were plenty of unoccupied seats that said vacant. But yeah, because you book the train as part of the hotel deal, you get a good bargain train ticket. And the Pendolino train, them that lean over as well. Just like that, leaning over. So there we are, that was my birthday this time last year, 50th birthday in London. And like I said, I saw that We Will Rock You musical. Went on a bit, 2.5 hours, bloody hell. I didn't realise it was actually a live band. I saw some cymbals crashing in the background. I thought, oh, it's a live band. I thought they were singing to backing tapes because it was like music, and then whoever was doing the speaking on stage, they were singing the songs. And my favourite Queen track was on, of course. Hammer Fall. Every night, every day, a little piece of me is blown away. Oh, diddle hammer to fall. Yeah, basically it was a futuristic fantasy in a future where music is banned. And right at the end you find Brian May's guitar in a cemetery wall. It's been encased and hidden in the cemetery wall. Come on Albert, waiting for you, Gladys.
Go on Gladys, pull out.
I've got a little Suzuki GS Custom, I like them with the little saddlebags. They'd be good to put a lock and chain in, won't they? Look at them. Anyway, so much for that. So, positive result. Thanks very much to Rocket Centre. All the past misgivings have been forgotten. Thank you very much for being so understanding. New battery on Monday. Whoopee!